Hello, my name is Ryan Metcalfe, PGA Professional here at the Manor Golf Club, and in this video I'm going to be discussing ideas to rid yourself of the slice by better management of your spine angles and tilts. So just before you actually go to the range or the practice ground and take this information with you and use it, just make sure that it is applicable to you. I'd film your golf swing or get somebody else to film it for you. Just make sure that these traits are within your golf swing before you go down the range and test it out. I've just got to make sure that you're not practicing things that aren't going to help you with your game. So there's a lot of information out there on the internet about the backswing and how we need to rotate, and there is rotation in the golf swing. One thing that does tend to get omitted though from many articles and videos is how there is actually tilts as well as turns within the golf swing, and it's those that I see a lot of slicers getting wrong. Now, one thing I do see a lot of slicers getting right, they do tend to have a little bit of reverse lateral bend at setup, so their left shoulder is a little bit higher than the right. Lower part of the spine hasn't really tilted, upper part has. This is a positive thing, it's not a negative. But then I see the slicer only rotate from there, and we tend to get this angle in the spine. Now, ideally, what we'd like to see through the backswing was to start with some reverse lateral bend, and through the backswing actually implement some forward lateral bend, so at the top the spine from that angle looks a lot straighter. So many slicers find themselves in this position at the top of the backswing. They've got the reverse lateral bend at the start, and then they only rotate, and basically they're actually shielding themselves from the golf ball. There's only really two, possibly three options from here. They can rotate in the downswing to hit the ball. That's going to promote fats, potential thins, blocks, potentially even hooks, subjective to club face angle. Or they'll put themselves into forward lateral bend and then start to rotate, and the problems there are quite obvious. Club is going to go to the left some amount, pulls, cuts, slices, possibly even shanks. So I'd much prefer slicers with this characteristic within their golf swing to do is to actually implement some forward lateral bend in and around the halfway point in the backswing. So we can start with reverse lateral bend in the upper part of the spine. We can start to rotate. Then we've got to actually put some forward lateral bend in. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you a lot of other options from the top, or one specific option which is going to help you stop cutting across the golf ball. So if I go through the process here, I've got reverse lateral bend, a little bit of rotation, implement some forward lateral bend up to the top. From this position, if I rotate and add back in some reverse lateral bend, my club path is going to be considerably different. The ball striking is going to be very good also. Okay, so those are the characteristics that I see with a lot of slicers. If you feel as though you have those characteristics within your swing and you filmed it, this is the next step. We need to be able to differentiate between forward and reverse lateral bend. Here's a simple exercise for you to do, for you to be able to do that. Just stand with your feet shoulder width apart approximately, and then just put your hands on your thighs, and just using the upper part of the spine, just kind of where the shoulder blades are and above, just lean to touch your left knee with your left hand. Now that's forward lateral bend. Notice I'm not really using my hips to do this. I'm just using everything kind of shoulder blades and up. And then we can do the reverse of that. So just reach in for the right knee with the right hand. Now this is reverse lateral bend. So just do that until you feel comfortable and that you know which is which, because we're going to then use that in a drill. And for this drill, all that you need is the ever versatile alignment cane. If you don't have these, they're absolutely critical, I believe, not just for alignment, but many, many other drills that you're going to see in some future videos. Now, all that you need to do with this is set yourselves up in your hitting posture for something like a mid-iron or something like that. Put that little bit, maybe it's about 10 degrees of reverse lateral bend in the upper part of the spine. First movement, approximately 10 degrees, 15 degrees of rotation. Then we're going to put 10 to 15 degrees of forward lateral bend in. And then we're going to continue to rotate to in and around 90 degrees, doesn't have to be. You'll notice now how my spine is a lot straighter. If we were to purely rotate from this original position, that's the danger position for you slicers. So you've got the information there about the characteristics I see with the spine angle tilts and rotations for a common slicer. You filmed yourselves, or somebody else has filmed you. You've made sure that those characteristics are within your golf swing. You've then been able to differentiate between forward and reverse lateral bend with that little exercise. You've got the drill with the cane over the shoulders. It's now time to take it to the driving range or the practice ground. There's nothing wrong before each shot of having a couple of practice swings, maybe starting with a small basket so you're not there all day. And just implementing that little bit of reverse lateral bend at the start, so the left shoulder is slightly higher than the right. Slightly. I do see some people overcook this a little. Then you've got the first movement, little rotation. Then you're going to put in that forward lateral bend. Then you're going to complete the rotation and swing through. And there's nothing wrong with you actually hitting balls like that if you want to, going through the stages. Stage 1, stage 2, complete the turn and hit. Once you've done that maybe 10, 15, 20 times, try and then incorporate that into a full swing and see how you get on. Thanks for watching the video today. Hopefully that information is going to give you slicers some ideas how to go about fixing your slice, certainly if you've got those tilts and turn characteristics within your swing. If you're struggling to film it, I've got a great video coming up on my channel over the next week or so to show you exactly how to film yourselves, what apps to use, etc. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, press the red button to subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon. Up a